All right, everyone. This is a raw, unedited video. Dr. Mel here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to share with you today what I eat because many of you have been asking, Dr. Mel, what do you eat on a day-to-day basis? So I'm going to share with you, as you can see, I literally just got back from the local Mississippi market, the co-op that I go to on a weekly basis. And I'm going to share with you what I got, as well as a couple things that I make out of those ingredients that we got. And then I'll share with you, honestly, how much we spend every single week, so you can get an idea of what it is and what it takes to eat this way. So check it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick through and you're gonna see my groceries. So dates, these are some yummy dates. Right now I'm in the middle of Whole30, so no sugar, no refined carbs, but man, dates are amazing. I could eat these things. I actually do just eat them as is, but I like to use them in nice cream. So I'll make nice cream with banana, avocado, coconut milk. I'll also make protein bowls. So I use these, grind it with walnuts, super good. And you can also do sauces. So if you're not eating like syrup or honey, you can mix dates with water or cashews and it makes a nice sweet, because they're naturally sweet, but they have a lot of fiber. So these little morsels are delicious. Okay, let's check out what else we got. We got some parsley and cilantro. Let me tell you, these herbs are amazing for cleaning out your gut, for pulling out heavy metals. I'll use the parsley for tabbouleh. I'll use the cilantro for cauliflower rice or guac, or putting it in meats, or putting it in salsas, things like that. So those are amazing. I probably get a bundle or two of cilantro every week because it's so nice. You can throw it in your salads. You can throw it in your smoothies. Again, these are amazing herbs that really help clean up your gut. We got some carrots. I like to juice carrots with these guys. I'll probably juice one of them, but I actually got them to eat more raw with some guacamole. And literally, as you can see, let me take a step back. You can see I used a bag with this because it's kind of hard to grab a bunch of dates. I love to use reusable containers and bags because I don't like to waste plastic. However, right now during COVID, they aren't allowing that. But when I get things like dates, when I get things like nuts, which you'll see here in a little bit, I like to use reusable pickle jars and things like that because it creates less waste and less plastic in the world, and we could all use more of that. So again, I'm not a huge fan of these plastic things, but that's just, how they are. But if you're a gardener, more props to you because then you don't use these plastic things. So we got blueberries. I just eat those as is. Sometimes I juice them. I got some raspberries for my husband. Let's see here. Again, you can see I just throw the food right in here because our bodies need germs and we need microbes to be healthy. So you don't have to be like super overprotective. See, I just throw the peppers right in there. I got some smoked salmon. I just eat that as is, or I put them on my eggs, put it on my cauliflower rice, whatever. If I'm not doing Whole30 and I'm eating greens, I'll usually do like a wild rice or a white rice or a quinoa. We got some green beans to saute. Love those. A little crunch there. We got some Poblano Peppers. So what I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to cut them in half, and then I'm going to put them in the oven so they get a little roast in there. And then I'm going to put them in a vegan cheese as well as a brisket that I got that I'm going to put in the crock pot for a couple hours. Limes. Always got to get your limes. Always got to get your lemons. Again, limes, I'll use these in juice. I'll use them in a cauliflower rice. I'll use them in salsa, guacamole. I just made a basil strawberry smoothie and I put a little bit of lime juice in there. Lemons, again, I'll juice those. I'll make a dressing out of it with olive oil. Super good. Even just do warm lemon water. We got some tomatillos. So tomatillos are really delicious, again, in shredded beef or shredded meat that I make, or again, guacamole, salsas, things like that. Put some in my vegan cheese. We got some ginger and turmeric straight up. So many of you know that I use turmeric in my coffee. Here's my coffee area. This stuff, the powdered stuff. Well, if you've never seen it in its raw original form, this is what it looks like. It looks like orange ginger. Super good. We're going to be juicing that as well as juicing some ginger. Delicious, really good for you. Ginger's really good for your digestive system. And we got a serrano pepper here. Again, salsas, guacamole, put it in your meats, just good spices. We got some garlic always. These are like the essentials that I get for like most of the time. This is what I'm normally getting. However, I was feeling inspired to get some I'm gonna put these in the freezer now. I was feeling inspired to get some frozen fruit because this is gonna last longer, it's cheaper, and during the summertime, I love making smoothies and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna put that in the freezer. We got pineapple, we got blueberries, and we got raspberries. So that'll be good for smoothies. As you can see, actually, I'll show you a little bit. When I juice, these are all the juicings, so the pulp that's left over. So we actually freeze it, and then when this gets full, we throw it away. You could also use it for compost for your garden, but it stinks if you just throw it in the garbage and it sits in your garbage all week. So we actually freeze it. We got some homemade broth here, and then some shavings from vegetables. So when you cut up vegetables, these are the leftovers that we save to make broth, which we're actually getting to about enough where we can make some. So what else we got? One lemon. We got eggs. I love the co-op. I love the co-op because they have eggs from a fresh farm. So we're gonna put those in here. See, I told you this video is gonna be raw and unedited. Look at how empty our freezer is. You can see also what I have in here. Like, I'll eat canned fish from time to time. Good, fatty acids in there, good fats for you. We got a beet salad down here, some venison that I made. We went and got Mediterranean food. These are mussels, so literally like mussels out of a can, which are yummy. I'll eat them with like eggs and avocado and kimchi. I like sour flavors, as you can tell. Got some pickles up there. We're gonna throw this bad boy away. You can see my kitchen, y'all. Okay, what else? More eggs, because we love eggs. Now, I do eat meat, as you can see. However, I want to preface this by saying I always get 100% grass-fed beef, 100% organic. I want to make sure that like no GMOs, no grains, no feedlots, no antibiotics, no added hormones, no grain byproducts, never, ever. Now, I'm trusting that brand. Obviously, I like Thousand Hills. If I get red meat, I like to shop from them. This is a brisket, so this is gonna go in the crock pot. As you can see, it was $26, okay? Yes, that is expensive, but when I buy meat, I wanna make sure it's good quality meat. I don't buy meat like this often, but I was feeling some barbacoa. Generally, when it's my time of the month, I crave a little bit of red meat. So we're actually gonna leave this out because that's gonna be, I'm gonna get a saute on that just on the edges to get a little crisp, and then it's going in the crock pot, okay, for the next probably 4 hours. Got some organic coffee for Benjamin. I drink coffee too. All right, this is something that I never actually have purchased. This is white sugar. This is not for us to eat. We are making a hummingbird feeder, and it requires white sugar. They did not approve of like organic cane sugar and all that. White sugar and water, because that is the combination that most represents nectar. But I do not eat this shit because that shit will kill you. That's for another video though. We got some nuts. I put nuts on top of everything. Cashews, these are raw cashews. So what I'm gonna do with these is I'm going to put them in, I'm gonna make nice cream with a little bit of cashews, and then I'm also gonna use these for vegan cheese, which is really yummy. So this is a lot of nuts, but this will last us quite a while. Okay. I got some more crushed red pepper from the store. Again, because it's COVID, they don't allow us to bring containers, but for example, if you save like your pickle jars or your mustard jars and things like that, you can see we have all these jars that we save to bring to the co-op and actually fill up so we're not wasting plastic, okay? So I want to save the earth just as much as you. And that's one bag. There we go. More eggs. As you can tell, we like eggs. And again, there's going to be mixed thoughts and beliefs around eggs and meat and all that kind of stuff. You got to do what works for you. I have found that I like to have meat and that type and animal protein in my diet. Not everyone agrees with that, but you know, it's what works for me, and I've listened to my body for many, many years, and it's still trial and error, but it works for me. So listen to your body. Trial and error. It's okay. Kale. Oh, it's shaped like a heart. Isn't that nice? I will juice most of this. Sometimes I'll make kale chips, so I'll put a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, a little bit of cumin, throw it in the oven at about 405 degrees for 10 minutes, get some crunchy kale chips, super yummy. You can also, if you have an air fryer, apparently kale chips turn out wonderfully in an air fryer. We got a pepper. We got some guacamole because this stuff is good. Again, not a fan of the plastics, but if I can make my own avocado and my own guacamole, I will do it. I'm making some tabbouleh, so you'll see me pull out some tabbouleh ingredients, including a cucumber. Here's the cauliflower I mentioned. Make cauliflower rice. So literally chop this up, put it in the oven, put a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil on it or coconut oil. And then you also can add in some lime juice and cilantro when it's done. And you, boom, got cauliflower rice. Bacon, again, good stuff. This type of bacon, I have never had bacon this good. Again, casein and gluten-free, vegetarian fed pigs, no gestation crates, and no antibiotics ever. So this is a good brand. It's expensive. Again, like I said, I will spend more for good meat because you don't want to mess with that. We got some tomatoes, again, to put into the brisket, to put into the vegan cheese, and to put into the tabbouleh. More peppers that I'll put into the brisket. We got lots of celery. Celery is so good for you. So I'll chop some of these up and eat them raw with the vegan cheese. I will also juice probably this whole stalk of celery. That's why I got 2, because that stuff is good. I got an onion for the tabbouleh, as well as the other stuff I mentioned, guacamole, salsa, putting it in the brisket. Got some green grapes. Listen, you know how people tell you that wine is like quote unquote good for you? Like, oh, you can have a little bit of red wine because there's antioxidants. Well, guess what? Eat grapes. Instead of getting the alcohol, eat grapes. You get the same amount of antioxidants. Same with cherries. Cherries are full of antioxidants, which is good for free radicals, which are created when we deal with oxidative stress. So we need those antioxidants to help neutralize our body and not create an acidic environment, which is where cells go haywire. More tomatoes, as you can see. I love my veggies. Pickles. I love some pickles. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'll stop. Sunflower oil. This is not for me to use, but for me to use on my body. More to come about that. Actually, you know what? You gotta tune into my skin video and you'll see what I use sunflower oil for. Coconut cream. I'm not a huge fan of milk substitutes. But this is going to be used for the nice cream. So stay tuned. Nice cream. Oh, so good. And then we got just some potatoes. So I like to just kind of saute up some potatoes, have it for the week. If I'm not eating rice, this is just a good base to have. But I don't know what this is. We're going to throw that away. All right, we got another. This was a little bit more expensive visit to the market because I got this freaking bad boy and these guys. But you know what? Food is medicine. Almond butter. Again, usually like to use my own container, but they're not letting us. This is just straight almonds ground up. Put that in the nice cream. Eat it with the dates. Just eat it as is. Avocados. My freaking favorite food, you guys, is avocados and guacamole. Whew. Love them. Love them. Banana's going to use some of this for the nice cream. I also will make banana pancakes, which includes bananas, eggs, and then I'll throw in sometimes pumpkin in there, cinnamon, chopped up nuts, blueberries, and it's just yummy. If I'm eating oats, I'll throw in some oats in there. Mixed greens. These. Eat them every single day. So good. Salads underneath your meat. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then I actually got some oranges because sometimes when I'm in the store, oh, we got a little bit of, that one will probably juice that one. Probably juice a couple of these as well as eat some of these as is, maybe throw them in a smoothie. But sometimes when I'm in the store, I'll just pause and I'll say, okay, what is my body craving or what does my body feel like it needs? I'll sit in the produce section and I'll just ask myself, and I was like, you know, I'm really like feeling some oranges. Like that sounds really good. Something citrusy, something fresh. I think they're super in season right now, obviously. Not in Minnesota, but you know, in other states. So I just listened and this is what I came up with. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's grapefruit. Sometimes it's a vegetable. But you just gotta start to tune into your body and listen. Last but not least, some kombucha, because this is allowed on Whole30. I like the ginger lemon and the cayenne, so I like a little bit of intensity in my kombucha. Not as sweet, but I like this one because this one has a little bit more sugar than I'd probably want, but these are on sale. But these are yummy. Again, they get to have that little bit of intensity. You got the good probiotics, and you get also the bubbly flavor, which tastes good. So that's that, my friends. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to turn this. I'm gonna turn, hopefully you can see me. So when it comes to food and when it comes to going to the market, going to your grocery store, people ask, you know, how much do you spend per week? Listen, eating this way is not cheap. I'm very aware of that. So my grocery store run every week probably costs anywhere from $130. Sometimes this trip was over $200 because I bought an expensive cut of meat. I bought some other stuff that's gonna last a little bit of time that we just needed to stock up on. And that's gonna be anywhere from, if you do the math, you know, $400 to $800 a month on food. And I get that that's expensive, and I get that not everyone can live that way, and not everyone can choose to live that way, and that there's food deserts that exist out there, and I totally get that. And here's the thing. If you have the resources or you have ways of helping people live this way, living sick and living on medications and surgeries and living in an unhealthy way is going to be more expensive for you down the road when you're paying for really expensive prescriptions that your insurance doesn't cover, and when you're paying for drugs and pills and surgeries and all that because you didn't take care of yourself. And I know this because I used to be 60 pounds heavier. And one of the ways that I started getting in tune with my body and getting healthier from the inside out was actually with food. And my goal wasn't to lose a bunch of weight, but it was an outcome of me putting healthier, higher vibrational things in my body. So I get that it's expensive, and I get that sometimes it's not sustainable. And I want to shift your paradigm and challenge you to say, okay, if I spend the money now, if this is my medicine for the week and for the month, what am I doing now that in turn I'm preventing down the road? I'm preventing costs and expenses down the road because I'm fueling my body now. I don't take any prescription medication. I rarely go to the doctor because this is my medicine, and I've learned how to heal my body on my own from the inside out. So if you have any questions on how to do that, I'd love to help you. I'd love to support you. I'd love to be your guide. Comment below on how I can support you. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you are the first to know when I release new videos on health and healing and beyond. Peace, love, and keep inspiring.